Welcome to 10. That's Tech Entrepreneurs Nebraska. I'm Shonna Dorsey with the Nebraska Tech Collaborative and very excited today because this is our 100th episode we'll release of the 10
100.
podcast.
It's
So
exciting.
great. And today we have a special guest co-host.
I'm Mike Smith from Rabble and the Bay.
Awesome. And a special guest.
Hi, I'm Michael Struthers, supportive of the startup community.
Excellent.
Nice.
So Michael Struthers has been a longtime member. I'm not sure how you guys label yourselves of Tech Omaha.
Yeah, Tech Omaha.
Okay.
So one of the founding folks with that. We've got a good volunteer team. Been at it for over 10 years now. So started the DevTech Happy Hour is kind of how it started, and then we kind of evolved that over time. We acquired a new domain. We became Tech Omaha. We became more official. The domain helps, but we started as just a community party to bring technologists together. There was a few folks that would travel out of town. This goes way back to when like Big Omaha was happening, and there's a few folks who would always fly in, and we just kind of got together for a happy hour, and then we got it sponsored, and then it kept growing, and so now we're over 500 technologists, and we've outgrown every venue that we've ever been a part of to host, and so now we hang out at the Slowdown.
Excellent.
That's incredible.
Yeah,
that's incredible. What's the been the change from there was a few of us and it was a happy hour to, oh my God, we're selling everything out and it's so much growth. What do you think?
Yeah,
what kind of made that happen?
It was just kind of a labor of love. For us, it was just like, how do we bring technologists together? And the party kind of became this like reunion type event for folks where they would work a job or a tech stack, and then they'd change jobs, and they're like, oh man, I miss some old friends. Like I don't see them at the usual meetups. I don't see them at the usual conferences, and they're like, oh, there's this happy hour every year that I could go talk to some old coworkers and talk shop and just meet some cool people. And so for us as the organizers, we just kind of said, man, like, well, let's keep doing this for the community. Let's keep providing a place where people can kind of have reunions, not only reunions anymore, it's making new connections. The community that we've been building is growing. Like every party that we host, I'm seeing newer faces that I don't recognize anymore, which is amazing. And so
Awesome.
The event is evolving and kind of growing past like our kind of core group of folks. And so we're happy to do it to have a vibrant tech community. So
tell me about this party. What is this? Yeah. What am I missing? Like,
Right.
What don't I know about
You are missing.
Yeah.
It's a big party.
I'm
Gotta get
missing
you
out
there.
on something crazy.
Shonna's been to a handful of them and been a longtime supporter. So
Mhm.
thank you so much for that. So
Sure.
June 6th, Thursday night at the Slowdown, we pay for everything. We have amazing sponsors that see the value in just bringing a group of technologists together. It's the pitch to folks is to say, hey, like, come have a drink, have a burrito bowl, grab a t-shirt, and we take care of the rest. We partnered with the Slowdown. We wanted it to be a broadly inclusive event, so they handle IDs and stuff at the door, and it was important to us as we grew. We were like, man, how do we open up the group to more folks? And we kept having it at bars, and that's a 21 and older thing. We said, man, like with the colleges, we've got great relationships with the colleges. How do we get college students in? And if you host an event at the Slowdown, and you'd like it to be 18 and older, you just have to have a band. So we hire a DJ. They DJ the night. We have a party, and then we open it up to 18 and older, and run the door and just welcome people. We introduce folks to other folks and enjoy the night. So there's live DJ and shirts and swag and just a bunch of really cool people. So.
You had me at Burrito Bowl.
And great lighting for photos. I mean, it's just all
It's
there
all the
for you.
things.
You know what I mean?
Right.
That's really great. So just a little bit of background about you. So how did you get connected to the startup community? What do you do today?
Oh man.
And then we'll pop back to the party because I have more questions.
Totally. I was ready to leave Omaha, but like before I found the startup community. I didn't think anybody was doing anything cool in town, and I was living in Midtown. I was working retail part time, and I just didn't fit in a lot of places. And again, kicked out of many places, and just kind of a rowdy boy. And then I got invited to a startup weekend event, and I got to attend that event. A friend had an extra ticket. I had no idea what it was. This was like 2011 maybe timeline, and I signed up for my first Twitter account like that weekend. Like, it was a big deal. We launched this product. I was on a team with some really cool folks that helped build this mobile app. We launched a mobile app in a weekend, and like early 2000, like pretty cool timeline to be building the mobile app. And I was on a team with a gentleman named Grant Stanley, Trevin Hetzel, and then you guys probably know Brian Ardinger was on the team as well.
Oh, wow.
This is kind of before NMotion stuff. And so startup weekend, and then I'm like, man, people are doing really cool stuff into town. So that was kind of my first introduction to the community. I attended a bunch of Silicon Prairie news events. And then worked for a couple of startups along the way. So that was it. That was my intro.
It's very cool.
Yeah,
it's very, very cool. What? Why tech? Like you said, you're a rowdy kid, rowdy dude. Like, why did that grab you when 1,000 things could have?
Oh, because like at the time during tech, there were no rules, and so
lawless back then.
It was lawless, and you could just make something on your computer and you could sell it, and nobody could tell you you couldn't start a business, and so it was just kind of this like wild west field where you could kind of make it what you wanted, and I have a bad history with being a bad student and getting kicked out of schools a lot. Pull a lot of pranks, and I don't appreciate dumb rules, which is really funny because I'm like an HR professional who hates rules.
You hate Toby, but you turned into Toby.
And so I have to be in order for me to be able to be employed, I have to be Toby because I have to make sure there are no dumb rules.
Yeah,
that's the only way it can work.
I get it.
And so I love tech because it was there's no ceiling. There's unlimited opportunity to make it your own. It wasn't a degree certification. Nobody had a diploma gate kept on the other side. You could just do the work and you could get recognized for doing the work. So that was it.
The tech community is getting more diverse. I'm sure you've seen that as you've hosted these, right?
Right.
Speak to some of the things that you're seeing help that trend.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the invitations have just gotten broader. Like, like me as like, just a kid in my early 20s and just getting invited to a startup weekend. Like I knew somebody and I think tech has kind of like adopted a mentality of just increasing the invite list. And so it's become, I think, a much more like proactively invited community where everybody's like, oh man, we should invite more people into this. And I think that's kind of like a broad adopted mentality across tech. It's cool.
That's cool. So I would say Tech Omaha parties are they are like the best in my opinion. Reason, no presentations.
Oh, wow.
Right.
Sometimes people just want that. They want to just talk to each other, right?
Yeah,
totally.
Oh,
So how'd you guys decide like this is going to be the way we do this?
Yeah. There's plenty of conferences in town. There's plenty of like ways to like have a booth and do the sponsor bingo. And there's plenty of those that exist. And what we kind of found is like people just enjoy the networking aspect of going to a conference. You find a lot of people talking in hallways versus like sitting in the talks. And we're like, what if we just cut out some of the noise, let the other groups in town that are doing that do their thing, and let's just kind of consolidate this one piece of it into a party. And so no presentations, no talks, no booth bingo, just an entire night of just meeting cool people and in a welcoming community. So.
Falling in love. This is class with this is like class or no class with just recess is what this feels like.
Right.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, I'm in.
We're like, what? Like,
how do my volunteer shirt?
Have
like, I'm down. I don't know how tech works, but get me.
How do we have
there.
college? Without classes? Like,
exactly.
That's pretty great.
Yes. You're onto something.
I love it. And you guys now host 2 parties a year. So the winter party and the summer party is a newer thing.
Yeah. So we kind of took a break during COVID and pressed pause on our parties and let everything kind of reset. And so we've been rebuilding the momentum of the parties along the way. So winter party, summer party. It's a kind of labor of love with our volunteer crew, and there's a lot of work that kind of goes into it, but good sponsors that are really supportive and a good organizing crew. So
good deal. So final question: how can the community support?
Attend, invite people into the community. The party specifically is for folks that are in the technology space. They're technologists, so technology adjacent folks, and so invite people.
Okay. invite people. We'll be sure to share that.
Love it.
Thank you, Michael.
Yeah.